We will bring back our jobs. We will bring back our borders. We will bring back our wealth. And we will bring back our dreams. Thank you very much, everybody. This is really our first official meeting. And Andrew, it's nice to have you set everything up so well, and I hear your company's doing well.
Thank you.
And I really do. I appreciate we'll get to know each other very well. We'll have these meetings whenever you need them, actually, but I would say every quarter, perhaps. You could say monthly, but then all of a sudden monthly becomes repetitive, as we know. It sounds good, but then you have to do it, and it's like, gets a little repetitive. But I would say probably on a quarterly basis. You are great people. You've done an amazing job, and the biggest in the world. And this is a worldwide meeting. And what we want to do is bring manufacturing back to our country.
The conversation honed in on tax, regulatory, and trade. He listened very carefully to everyone around me here on their specific sectorial issues and how to actually get some action around fixing some of the issues that are embedded in creating American manufacturing jobs. The President was very generous with his time. Actually, towards the middle of the meeting or thereabouts, he had to take a break for a call and then reconvene the meeting actually in the Oval Office. Several of the CEOs around the table to respond to a question he asked who's been in the Oval Office before. Quite a few of them had not. But to say that he and his team were engaged and the action register as the main outcome, we've been tasked with coming back in 30 days with a series of actions that can help stimulate the American manufacturing economy. So that's my statement.
Your name, sir?
Andrew Liveris, Chairman CEO of Dow Chemical.
Did he talk about the executive orders that he was about to sign?
We did not talk about executive orders. Did not talk about any of that.
There was the very real threat that we've heard on the campaign trail, and we just heard it today from him, that if you bring jobs across the border and products back in, there is going to be a heavy tax. One, do you take him at his word for that? Do you believe that could be a possibility? And then two, on the corporate tax side today, he seemed to move the goalposts a little bit from 15 to 20%. Is that an environment that you would still be happy with?
Well, I can't speak for every company around us other than we did talk about the border tax quite a bit, and we did talk about the sorts of industries that might be helped or hurt by that. Look, I would take the President at his word here. He's not going to do anything to harm competitiveness. He's going to actually make us all more competitive, recognizing there's a transition here in terms of you can't get things done overnight. And maybe Mark Fields, you would like to add some comments? Did Mark disappear on me? Would you like to add some comments of the auto industry in particular?
No, Mark.
The mic.
Thank you. Mark Fields, Ford Motor Company. I think, walking out of the meeting today, I know I come out with a lot of confidence that the President is very, very serious on making sure that the United States economy is going to be strong and they have policies, tax, regulatory, or trade to drive that. And I think that encourages all of us as CEOs as we make decisions going forward. So it was a very, very positive meeting. And I think very positive meeting for the United States of America and manufacturing in general.
It is striking.
We're all set here.
I think that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you all for being here. This is a group that I know well, whether personally or just because I've hired thousands and thousands and thousands of you. As you can say, Sean, right? You know that better than anybody. We just officially terminated TPP. And just signed a document, very powerful document. And we're going to have trade, but we're going to have one-on-one. And if somebody misbehaves, we're going to send them a letter of termination, 30 days, and they'll either straighten it out or we're gone. Not one of these deals where you can't get out of them and it's a disaster. So we're going to have plenty of trade. But TPP wasn't the right way. So we're going back to those countries, one-on-one, and that'll be beautiful. But we're going to have a lot of building going on. We're going to have a lot of plant expansion and a lot of brand new plants. And we met with the head of Ford today, the head of many of the great companies, Johnson & Johnson. They're very, very excited about what we're doing. You guys will be responsible for getting those plants built in 9 months instead of 18 years. you know, the process today when they put in for a plant, it takes so long. And by the way, we all know our great Vice President, Mike Pence. Okay, I think you know some of the folks in the room. I know almost all of the folks in the room. It's just a great honor to have you here. It's a great honor. You've been very special to me. I have told you for whether it's sheet metal workers, how have you been?
All right.
I've hired a few of them over the years, haven't I? Huh? We just finished a big one right over down the street. And you guys did a great job. I mean, they did a great job. So we're going to put a lot of people back to work. We're going to use common sense, and we're going to do it the way it's supposed to be done. We're going to stop the ridiculous trade deals that are taking everybody out of our country and taking companies out of our country. And it's going to be reversed. I think you're going to have a lot of companies come back to our country. Companies that left are going to come back to our country, and they're going to hire a lot of people. It's inconceivable to me that this was allowed to happen in the first place. And I'm not blaming President Obama for this. I'm blaming many, many years long beyond Obama, believe me. This has been going on for decades, and it's a trend that we're going to stop cold.
Senior staff, when the president laid out his plans about how he's going to handle trade, how he's going to invest in our infrastructure, and how he's going to level the playing field for construction workers and all Americans across this country, and then took the time to take everyone into the Oval Office and show them the seat of power in the world. The respect that the President of the United States just showed us, and when he shows it to us, he shows it to 3 million of our members in the United States, was nothing short of incredible. And we will work with him and his administration to help him implement his plans on infrastructure, trade, and energy policy so that we really do put America back to work in the middle-class jobs that our members and all Americans are demanding. Thank you very much.
It's his birthday today, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're wearing. It's a great honor. I flew all the way from Italy. Flew all the way from Italy. Wants to build in the United States. Shane Clark. I shave. How nice to meet you. Hey, fellas, come on. Let's sit down. I don't have to shave.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
It's on your coffee, your big bag?
It's only 9 o'clock in the morning.
Well, this is a great honor, and I just want to wish Mark a very happy birthday. Am I allowed to ask what year it is?
Yes.
56.
I'll trade. I want to thank you for coming all the way from Italy. Flew all night, 12 hours. It was a 12-hour? Would you have a slow plane? Or? It's as slow as the longest trip?
I stopped in Detroit on the way.
That's good. That's a good place to stop. I like that. I want to thank everybody. Perhaps we could go around the table, introduce ourselves, and say hello. I'll start. I'm Donald Trump. Mary, go ahead.
Mary Barra, Chairman and CEO of General Motors.
Craig Glidden, General Counsel and Public Policy Vice President at General Motors.
I'm Matt White. I'm the President of the American Automotive Policy Council.
Mark Fields, President and CEO of Ford Motor Company.
Zio Jackley, Group Vice President, Government Community Relations, Ford.
Good. Cool.
Shane Carr, I work for Mr. Marcio.
Right, that's right. Okay, very good. I want to just thank you all for being here. And we have a very big push on to have auto plants and other plants, many other plants. You're not being singled out, believe me, Mary, I promise. But to have a lot of plants from a lot of different items built in the United States. And it's happening bigly. We had Whirlpool up yesterday. We're talking about big construction of facilities. And it's not the construction I want, although that brings jobs. It's the long-term jobs that we're looking for. We're bringing manufacturing back to the United States bigly. We're reducing taxes very substantially, and we're reducing unnecessary regulations. And we want regulations, but we want real regulations that mean something. Mark and I were together yesterday, and I think we understand that. We're going to make the process much more simple for the auto companies and for everybody else that wants to do business in the United States. I think you're going to find this to be from very inhospitable to extremely hospitable.
Well, we just had a great conversation with the president, and he is very focused on policies that will grow investment and jobs here in America and American industry, and of course in the automotive industry, which is what we talked about this morning. As an industry, as an automotive industry, we employ many people across America, good paying jobs, from the people that work in our factories to manufacturers that support our plants with parts, to our wonderful dealers who are literally in every community across America who help sell and service our vehicles. And we're very encouraged by the president and the economic policies that he's forwarding. And I would just call out yesterday the president's decision to withdraw from the TPP. We've been very vocal, both as an industry and as a company, and we've repeatedly said that the mother of all barriers is currency manipulation. And TPP failed in meaningfully dealing with that. And we appreciate the president's courage to walk away from a bad trade deal. So I think as an industry, we're excited about working together with the president and his administration on tax policies, on regulation, and on trade to really create a renaissance in American manufacturing. So maybe Mary, you want to say a few things?
Yeah, just to add, I think that, yeah, but I think there's a huge, there's a huge opportunity, working together as an industry with government that we can do and improve the environment, improve safety, and improve the jobs creation and the competitiveness of manufacturing. And we're looking forward to all the elements that Mark talked about to be able to do that.
Did the president give you specifics on regulations he would cut?
Do you have any concerns about him tweeting at you and sometimes challenging you?